Hello and welcome, my beautiful, beautiful Capricorns. Brenda Taro here with your general tarot and oracle card forecast for the week of March the 4th to the 10th. So let's jump right in and see what we have. Well, your all over energy card, which is your download message, is happiness. What a great way to start your week, right? So happiness is a choice, though. We can choose to get up and be happy, or we can choose not to be. But I do think that happiness is going to be the theme here for your reading this week. So let's see what your reading has in store for you. Coming in with your first energy card, you've got the cardinal moon here in the Moonology deck, and it says, be bold and make the first move. So there could be a situation that you're going to step up into. Maybe you've been waiting to hear from somebody, a result from a test that maybe you had, scholastic or medical. Maybe you're waiting to hear from somebody that you gave a phone call to that you wanted to connect with, whether it's on a romantic level or a friendship level. Maybe you're waiting to hear from, a bank that you called, or something to do with money. It can be anything. But be bold and make the first move, okay? Now, if there's been a misunderstanding and it hasn't been resolved yet with somebody, and you really are missing them and you want to rekindle that relationship, don't be afraid to call them first, okay? You know, I always say the greasy hinge gets the oil first. So don't sit back and brood about it. Don't sit back and worry about it. Don't sit back and presume and assume things. You know, if you want something to create this happiness in your life, you have to be bold and you have to go after it. And so don't be afraid to make the first move and the first call this week. You've got the scythe coming in next, and we know the scythe has that ability to cut something out very swiftly. It just, and it's gone. There could be something that got removed very quickly, and you maybe this is what it could have been, a relationship that ended fast on a misunderstanding. And maybe it's time for you to make the first call and the first move to try to make amends, or at least have closure and know where you stand. So the scythe is all about removing things that no longer serve you as well. So if something isn't working and it's holding you back, then you may feel that you need to sever those ties, or you need to cut that out. Okay? Now, coming in next, we have the handshake, and it says a meeting with a meeting with a stranger could be important. So you could be connecting with somebody. Maybe you're meeting somebody on social media. Maybe you're meeting somebody on a dating app. Maybe you're meeting someone new to you when it comes to having an interview, or maybe somebody new is going to be brought into your life to help you with a situation. But I think some of you could be going through negotiations and business moves. And that means a handshake means this is final. I'm here in your end of the ring, and let's do this together. It doesn't always necessarily, but it can refer to signing a legal document that is binding with this situation. But I do think that something here, a meeting with a stranger, is going to mean something good coming into you, and you're going to want to connect with this individual. Okay, coming in next with your first row, which could be the energy from the past tense or the beginning of the week. You have the Emperor, you have the Page of Swords, and you have the Knight of Swords. So the Emperor says you're stepping up into your power. You're stepping up into the seat of power. You're able now to look at things in a logical, organized manner. You're in charge of your emotions now. You're allowing your head to lead the way, not your heart so much. This is about being cool, calm, and collected in the heat of in the heat of the moment. If there's opposing energy, or you have to go into a situation that could be challenging, you're going to make sure that you're prepared to do this. Sometimes this Emperor can be somebody who is an entrepreneur. Maybe you're going out there to be self-employed, or a passive income where you're going to maybe open up a new website that's going to allow you to sell something, or to sell yourself, or to give a service to somebody. This is being in charge here. You can be your own boss and sit in the power seat. You've got the Page of Swords, which says you may receive some information here. And often when this page shows up, he's tactless, he's not mature, he blurts out things, and he leaves you a message that kind of shocks you, and all of a sudden it stops you. puts a pause on moving forward. It causes a delay. This was meant for your ears. And sometimes we can hear it through gossip, or maybe you overheard somebody talking about you and they didn't know you were in the room, or whatever the case is. This is meant for your ears. So take the message. Don't attack the messenger, because really it's too bad that you have to receive information this way, third party perhaps, but the message will be imperative and important for you to receive in order for you to process it, to move forward towards whatever this situation has to do with. Now, the Knight of Swords comes in and says fast moving action. Something comes up very quickly, and maybe that is the news you receive here, where you're going to have to act on this situation, but be mindful, be careful, make wise and mindful choices here. You don't jump in and sign on the dotted line with the first offer. Look at it, read between the lines. If you need to get representation to counsel you through the legalities of this, then this is a good reason to do that. Now, this is being mindful and careful when signing any documents, because once the ink hits the paper, it's a done deal. Consumer beware, okay? Okay, this also could be your knight in shining armor. All of a sudden shows up, charges into town, and sweeps you off your feet. This could be somebody like that wants to get together with you. Now, coming in, we have in the center position, which could be what you're feeling right now or the middle of the week. You've got the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and you've got the Strength card. So, there's a gift coming in. And it can be time, effort, support, and maybe even money. The division of give and take. You could be bargaining and negotiating for something, and it could be over a contract, whereby you're going to say, well, they're going to say, we'll pay you this if you do that, or so on. But it can also be a generous gift of someone coming forward to want to help you with a situation, and be willing and don't be proud. Take it. You could be the one that's doing something out of the generosity of your heart to help another as well. So, if you've applied for a loan, or breach financing or something temporarily, you will get approved. Also, you could have the resources here to pay off a long-standing debt now. Coming in with the Four of Cups, they just told me forgiving a debt. Okay, so take it from where it comes, but I just heard them say forgiving a debt. That could be the generous gift here. Coming in with the Four of Cups, you're feeling as though, some of you, that you're missing out on an opportunity. And I always say this card is indicative and represents not being able to see the forest for the trees. In other words, you've got tunnel vision. You're looking at one particular situation and you're not leaving your mind open, okay? This is about looking at the whole picture from a higher perspective, not focusing on just one little detail. This is about you opening your mind to finding and looking at things of a difference, okay? Everything. And be willing, not afraid, because it says be bold and make the first move. Go after something new. Don't be afraid to be the first one, to be the path, to be, setting this precedence here, stepping up, going after something new, not being afraid to do that. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? And this is about you being brave and moving forward and realizing that you need to do something here so that you don't feel stuck in this position anymore. Coming in next, you got the Strength card. And yes, this means you're stronger than you actually believe you are, Capricorn. But it's also that card of having the wisdom and the insight when in negotiations or in the heat of a moment in a conversation that could be a little bit aggressive, volatile, and challenging, that you step back out of that energy. Okay, look at it from a higher perspective and try to take from, if you're hearing something from somebody that seems that way, step back and look at the whole picture and say, well, why are they saying this to me? Why are they acting like this? What's going on in their life that's caused this misdirected aggression or anger? Then you're going to look at that situation completely different, with kindness, forgiveness, compassion, empathy, and understanding. Now remember, if you're going through negotiations, it's better to catch bees with honey than it ever will be with vinegar. Remember that. Keep your cool this week. Don't lose yourself in the heat of the moment, and allow yourself to be provoked into battle mode. Okay? Two wrongs don't make a right. And when we go into battle mode, there's risks and major consequences. We will. It's a no-win situation. You might walk away and say, well, I won that. But what did you lose? What did you have to sacrifice and give up? Now, coming in at the end of the week, which could be the energy coming towards you, you have the Justice card, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Knight of Wands. So again, there's fast-moving action here. You had the Knight of Swords. Now you have the Knight of Wands too. So something going to come in quite quickly and swiftly. And again, this can represent a fast and furious love affair that all of a sudden lands at your feet, where it's going to take your breath away, and you're going to have to really think about it. But this is good news about moving forward. You know, wands are always about taking action and being brave and going after our goals and not hesitating. Being mindful and making wise decisions and choices, of course, but going after them. You're going to see that justice is going to be served. You know, I always hear the gavel go down when I get this card, and it's an equal division of assets here. Perhaps it could be a settlement you were dealing with, or, disbursements of property. Whatever the case is, or even a dispute you were having verbally with somebody, you're going to see that there will be a truce here, okay? Things will work out, but often it works out in your favor. So this could be a legal situation that the justice comes in, and you're now free to move on in a new direction, and you're satisfied with the outcome. Coming in with the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, what's not to like about the Wheel of Fortune? This is good news coming in. This is negotiations, the gift that shows up, being able to be in charge of things, having a secure situation here with a handshake. Possibly could be this Wheel of Fortune coming into you, where you feel secure in somebody's, you're locking something up, you're finalizing something that's going to bring you security and stability. The Wheel of Fortune says good luck, abundance, being able to see your luck change and work out in your favor, being able to have a clear sight line to go towards your goals now with a confidence. I always say when this Wheel of Fortune shows up, get on that wagon and ride those wheels hard. You could be taking a trip as well, and it could be on a wheeled vehicle. Any wheeled vehicle. So, okay, let's go in and see what we have for additional information here, my beautiful Capricorns. So this is about, you stepping up, being brave, negotiations with people going well, but being mindful of how you deal with people on a personal level in conversation. Something will be secured, and I think because of how you deal with something, you will see this handshake come in, which will make you feel so happy. It could be a business you're going in with somebody. It could be something that you're selling, or you're purchasing. Whatever the case is, it's going to be secure for you, and it'll be final, which will make you happy. Here's your happiness, right? Okay, so coming in with your Emperor, you've got victory after hard work and struggle, and of course we know that's the Six of Wands. Again, for the hard work and effort you've been applying to something, maybe you've been working hard on a project or a job or a contract of some sort, or maybe you took an exam and you ended up with a diploma or a degree or honors or on the honorary roll or whatever. This is a card that says you worked hard for this, and you deserve now to get the almost public recognition you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting compliments, you're going to be seen, and you're definitely going to be noticed. So you're able now to go charging towards your goals, and perhaps this is because you've decided to perhaps open your own business and be your own boss. Coming in next, or you've worked hard to work your way up to a new job description and promotion. Coming in with the Page of Swords, you have the Judgment. Now we had the Justice. The Judgment is generally indicative of you making a command decision to go towards something. You've made a judgment call on yourself, and you've been very looking at self-reflection of yourself and what you want to do, and you're moving in a new direction. It's almost like you get a second chance, and you're saying, oh, thank you to the powers that be. You're moving on, and it's beautiful, and you're going to be free now to take who you want with you. I think you're going to be selective who's in your circle now, who's in your soul pod, who's in your tribe. Coming in with the Knight of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles we know is working hard. It can be the card of the apprentice. Maybe you're taking a new form of study, a new job where you're working with your hands, and you're wanting to perfect it. You're wanting to get that next degree. You're wanting to get that next credit. You're wanting to get that recognition here from the powers that be, what you can do. You could be building a new business where you're working hard for it, and some of you may even be, as I say, taking a course where it could be like an apprenticeship where you have to do the theory as well as the practical, and you're working very, very hard to get this, and that's what's going to bring you to success. Coming in with the Six of Pentacles, which was the gift coming in, you have the Deception card landing on that. Make sure whoever it is going to be honest with you when they say they're going to give you something. Okay, be sure that you're not being, I never look at that Six of Pentacles like that, but because this Seven of Swords landed on it, it's the card of deception. So keeping your eyes open, being mindful, doing your research in the background to be sure this gift that's coming into you is definitely coming into you without any ties. Okay, somebody might be saying, I'm going to give you this, and then later on they're going to say, I'm going to charge you interest, or I want it back now, okay, or I want it back after they've given it to you for nothing. So be careful, because that deception card is on that. Okay, make sure you can trust whoever it is who's trying to give you a kindness and a generous gift. This is also, it can be anything. It's the liar, the cheater, the thief, somebody who's deceived you. But at the end of the day, they do get caught. You have that ability. You're either going to hear about this, and it could be hearing about this from the Page of Swords, which makes you take pause, that somebody is deceiving you. It could be that could be what that information coming in from that page is about. They're going to say, hey, you need to know this. What's going on? And all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh. And you have to deal with that and process it. Could cause a delay in your plans. Coming in, and that's just an example for some of you. This may not refer to all of you. It's a general reading. Coming in with the Four of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is victory. This is hard work and struggle. This is brand new, exciting, creative ideas coming into you now. Aces are the beginnings and the steps towards something new. And you're now free. You've seen the truth in a situation. You've got a clear sight line, and you're going to be able to see light at the end of the tunnel to go after your goals and move forward. You've got on the Strength card the Two of Swords, which is you really don't want to make a decision right now. You're holding back. And the reason you're holding back is because you're not seeing the picture in complete clarity. Take off the blindfold. If you need to retain counsel, somebody who's biased that can lay the cards in a fair and equitable manner on the table to show you what you have to gain and lose, then you'll make this decision easier. But it's about opening your eyes and realizing that you need to see the whole picture. Okay, don't bicker over the tea towels and whatever. This is about what can I gain in the long run. Okay, you want this handshake to be good for you. So it could be a legal issue. You could be fighting over settlements. You could be fighting over property. You could be fighting over anything. And I say fighting, but this could be negotiation, right? You're stronger than you realize you are. But remember, sometimes compromise comes into this. Remember I said look at situations from a more understanding manner. This could be compromise where you're going to say, I'm tired of fighting. I call a truce. Let's call it even. You can have this, I'll have that, and both of you walk in a new direction and better for it. Coming in with the Justice card is the Devil. Yeah, there's been some situation that there was some toxic energy around you, but it's over now. You could have been dealing with a divorce, a separation. You could have been dealing with a legal action of some sort, and it's gone. It's done. You make a command decision to turn around and give up things that no longer serve you, not allowing yourself to remain in toxic energy. That's toxic relationships, friendships, unfulfilling jobs that you're not being, perhaps you're not being rewarded for the work that you feel you're putting into it. It can also be it can be the card of addiction, overeating, over worrying, over obsessing, or anything of substance that you might be indulging in that you realize you need to curb and back off from. But remember, when this card shows up, I always say to people, if you're in the company and with someone in your tribe that has addictions, you can only be there to support them. We can never ever make them do something they're not ready or responsible to do yet. Okay, but this is a card that says you're making healthy decisions for yourself, so that now you can let go of whatever was tying you down, holding you back. What was that energy? What was that toxicity? What was that that dark cloud holding you down? Now you're moving forward. Justice is waved in your favor, and you've come to that conclusion. You're moving on. And you're moving on in a good direction because of that Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Ace of Pentacles. There's going to be plenty, okay? This is another beautiful beginning with the Ace, the beginning of money, the beginning of seeing abundance, prosperity, happiness. This could be a job, a new job that you're going into that is your dream job. This can be a new job description where you're working your way up to get a better pay. This could be a promotion. This could be a windfall. Whatever it is, it's coming in abundance. Beautiful. New beginning, going through the door of opportunity with confidence and receiving what you deserve. Coming in on the Knight of Swords, there is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords says don't get involved in any no-win situations. Be careful with this Knight of Wands, because sometimes I call that Knight the player. Comes in, gets the front door, gets what he wants, and he exits the back door. It's like that shotgun house. Boom. Quick, from the front door, the bullet goes through out the back. So that's the way I've always perceived it intuitively. But, you know, there could be something that comes in quickly here, which is going to make you feel like you want to get into battle mode. And you have to be careful right now, okay? You don't. If you rush into that energy, it can be a no-win situation, which you don't want. You want to come out ahead of the game. So be careful. Think about your battle mode. Is it worth the risks? Is it worth the consequences? If it's not, turn around and go the other way, okay? Well, my beautiful, beautiful Capricorns, this is your reading for this week of March the 4th. And as you can see, my wingman's here with me again. He has to be in my healing room. I haven't seen any orbs yet flying around me. Spirit was with me yesterday as I was doing Reiki. They were all over. But today they must be, maybe they're resting and they don't feel the necessity to show themselves. So if you ever see, you know, the orbs flying around me, know that they're welcome to come in, and I invite them in with the light only. So on that note, I wish you a great remainder to today and a beautiful, optimistic week here to look forward to. You've got some great cards. You've got, you know, victory after hard work and struggle, new direction that feels like a godsend. There's going to be prosperity. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, happiness coming into you as you progress through this week. And remember, happiness is a choice, and don't be afraid to make the first move and cut out what isn't working for you. Something's going to be secure for you at the end of the day. Well, always know I send you lots of love and many blessings, and I'll see you soon, my beautiful Capricorns.